Well, hello and welcome to my channel. Well, today we're gonna make this little hot melt glue prawn. This is a little bigger version than the previous one I made. That was a little scud. This is a larger prawn. Well, first of all, I'm gonna show you a little about the materials used in this fly. Of course, this is a partridge or Reddit CS54BN saltwater shrimp, size 4. And I also use some dubbing brush I made myself. It's a gray one. And further on I used hot melt glue. I cut off a piece of the hot melt piece I have. Where did I put it? Yep, there you have. You see I cut off this with a kind of that knife. Just cut off and you get this rounded bit on the top there. That's what I do. And I use some GSP thread. I got one here, very strong, and some homemade ice. I have a couple of those here. You see now I made this. Well, I think that's all I use for this fly. So, well, just I take out this finished one and put on hook in the vise. Let's see if I can get only one. Yes, I was lucky there. Just put it in the vise. Yes, it stays there. Now I take the piece I want to melt. This, I want the thickest piece, thickest part of it to point forwards. And take a scissors and just cut off just about the hook bend there. Cut off. Be sure not to cut your fingers. And I make a little point of it in the front there, like that, because there's some ice coming on. Now I take my lighter. I use the lighter. I heat up the hook like that. Put it on top. Be sure not to crowd the hook eye. That's very unfortunate. You see now it's not look anything like anything before I melt it. Now, as I said in the previous video, it's very nice to have a rotation wise for this. You see now it's a bit unruly, this glue. It flows everywhere. It's not so very important to have too much on the underside, because that's where these legs are gonna go. But I have to just be sure that everything's melted. Just move it around. If you melt too much, you will get some soot on this and it will not be so clear like you want it. Well, now you're there. Okay, you can blow on it to just make it cure more better. You see now it's getting more. You see it's not so very clear now, so it's getting to cure. Well, now I take my ice. This was not a good one. I find a better one for this video. The fish don't mind, the fishermen do. So I make this for the fisherman and also for the fish. Well, I just have to make sure how long I want this ice to be, and I get on with it. I just melt it again, make it a little more sticky, and I take the ice, push it into the body like that. Wait a little bit. blow on it to make it cure. Just you can pull on it a little bit if you have not done it yet. So this ice was not a pretty one, but well, that's not so important. Now you can snip off the end because you want to use the other eyes on the other eye on the other side. And take a lighter again and heat it up. Just be sure the flame goes where you want it, not burn your hands. And measure out to make the eyes just as long as the other one. Just about there. Yeah, I think so. Well, how about that, folks? There's a beginning here. See now, don't look like much yet, but it's going to get there. Snip off the end. Now, you take, if you're smart, I'm not sure that I am so very smart, but pretty smart. I take the GSP thread and attach it behind the hook eye. Make it sure that it stays there. To make sure of this, you can take some small wheel finish just to be sure. There it is. And you take your dubbing brush like this, and attach it. Oh, I'm a bit fumbly now because the hair on the dubbing brush is getting in the way. Now this should remain on the other side, underside. Sorry about that, folks, bad English from me. And now you take your thread around and under the body, make it wraps under there a couple of times, and place it in the material I don't know what it's in English, but now you take the dubbing brush around and under the eyes, just until you hit the hook eye. You take this and you take this around to the hook eye again, like that, and you use your thread to attach it like that. And now you snip this off. See, now it's getting there. And take your thread around one more time, like that, because you won't see the thread. Now this thread is becoming the rib. You see, now you take it and use a toothbrush. You took the toothbrush, comb the hair down just around, and take the toothbrush over to the other side and just do the same there. Brush it and take it up. Repeat the procedure and use your toothbrush and repeat it. Zigzag it between the hairs and around. Make some make some pressure on it. You can do that if you want, and repeat it. I'm not trying to attach it now, but I'm not ready yet to make it well. And some whip finish. Touch it, snip off, put the thread away. You see now this is not looking so much yet, but you can take a little brush and brush all the hair forwards. See now the hair is getting the right way, and I always try to make the hair becomes longer in the front. By the hook eye it's getting shorter, because you get the shape of the shrimp now. Well, you see now you can also take it on top here, because the GSP thread is pretty strong. You see now you have make a shrimp, but I want it to look nicer, so I want some antennas, and also I want a little more. I should have had more on the front there, so maybe I should just take that another time. But I take now a little piece of hot melt glue, melt it and put it on top and drag. If you're very patient man, you can wait until this cures. Am I so patient? I'm not sure. I think not so. Well, that's one antenna. Take another one beside the other one. Oh, that was 3 antennas, but you can cut off the one you don't want. And if you want a little bigger thorax on this, you can take a little piece, just make it on top there, make some more antennas. It will build up the thorax with it on this way. And if I want to make it all go together, I take a little piece of the hot melt glue on the dubbing needle and melt it. This way I can get more control of it. Put it on top, build up the thorax with this. Take a little more, because I was a little bit too careful with that first one, and that you see now. Melt it once again, and take my fingers and just push on it to make a kind of a thorax on this. You can if you're little picky one like me, you can do this. I burned some hair there. You can get rid of some of those. But as you see, here we have some antennas. You have the hot melt glue. It could be nicer. You see, I have made another one here. Was a bit more lucky with this one. That's just I wanted to show you this because it's nice to work with hot melt glue. You can use your dubbing needle just to warm it up. On the side, you could have left the big hump under there, but that's just a matter of taste. This fly will catch fish. It's very solid. It's fast to tie. You can use dubbing brush, or you can use whatever you have, a bit of fur maybe. But that's, what shall I call it, folks? I think I call it a gray hot melt shrimp. And well, I'm not so very pleased with just the way it looks, but this is an invention, just to play with some hot melt glue. Make your ideas. You can, if you want, you can use your brush to brush out, so you can get the right look of it. Well, folks, that's what I had today. I welcome you all to watch my channel. I'll try to post some videos now and then, and thank you for watching my videos. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You will always get the latest video from me. And tight lines, and bye bye.